Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we're going to be painting the Storm Giant as he decided to buy
Yeah,
the Cloud Giant.
yeah. I'm
Paint
gonna.
that.
These are the Wizkids Storm Giant and Cloud Giant miniature we showed on the announcement video. But because the little guy is such a speed painter and he already started painting a little bit last year, I decided I'd
This was
try
actually
to.
the first big thing I painted.
I I um I wanted to get a little head start or a little catch up, so I used
Even though he
some.
bought this specifically for this purpose.
Yeah, I hit it with some contrast blue, and I'm going to dry brush over most of it with a light blue. And I did some flat earth on the base just because I was actually painting something else
I
earlier.
think the earth is flat.
No, it's just what it's called.
I
But
know. I'm
so
incredibly unfunny.
I'm actually going to focus on this really interesting color. It's a Vallejo silver, but it's gonna look white. You know,
Obviously, you're going to try to make it look white.
yeah. Well, no, it's really whitish silver. But I'm going to be using this for her like armor, her chest plate, and her arm and shin
Oh,
guards.
that.
Yeah, the Vallejo silver. It's really a light.
No, it isn't actually. I thought it was a metallic white, and I used it, and it really isn't a metallic
But
white.
that's what I'm going to work on, and
It is more of what it says it is. It is what it says.
Here,
it is.
let's let them see on the palette and see if they can see.
I was hoping it was a metallic white, but now it's just my favorite silver.
But there you go. It's on a white background, so you can see it's pretty
White.
light. I have a lot of other silvers and metallics, but it's an interesting paint. Let's just put it that way. And little guy is already speeding through his paint job.
I'm just gonna do. Well, with something like this, you can't really divide it in halves.
Yeah, it's just go for chunks. There's no way we're gonna get all the base coats done tonight.
Yeah, this is gonna be like the final test of paint. Not the final test, but a big test.
Yes, these are actually a lot more challenging, I think, than the dragons
Well,
we've
yeah,
been painting.
they're humans.
And
well, they look like them at least.
yeah, they're very it's like almost painting an action figure.
Might as well be.
They just don't have any articulation, but it'll definitely be a challenge for both of us, especially the little guy, because there's so much more detail. You might think that the dragons have a lot of detail, but there's a lot
They
of...
do, but not really.
Not like these. These have...
Yeah, no, these are much more difficult.
So we'll get as much done as we can in about, we're going to shoot for 15-20 minutes worth of painting.
And considering the fact that I'm going to have a bit more time this month, I might actually get stuff done.
Yeah. And like, I always say, it's a school night, and we can't keep the little guy on all night. I will probably come right back up here after the video and...
I probably will not.
And do some more painting. I've actually really been upping my painting game and time allotment for painting. I want to thank Armstrong out there. I've been listening to all his videos while I paint, and when I run out of those, or when I'm listening to Tenkar's Tavern or chatting with you guys in the tavern, I'm also painting. I have as you can see over here, I've moved part of my table of shame up here from downstairs, and I'm trying to knock those guys out and just get a lot of miniatures ready for play for this Summer Springs online game that I'll be running with a few of you guys out there in TV land. So I really want to have these ready, even though you guys won't get to see much of them. I want to have them for when we do play. I just really like having miniatures when I play. Theater of the Mind is cool for a lot of things, and it's actually better, but combat and things like that, I really just prefer having miniatures to work with. Just for me, it's just a lot more fun, and for me, it really helps me and a lot of my old players get more in the mood to play when they can see the monsters. Especially, you know, a lot of my players don't have all the monsters memorized, and they don't know what every creature is, and I can just, put some.
Am I just so stupid that I didn't realize that this was part of... Is this part of the skin, or is it part of the...
Let me see. Which part?
This part right here.
No, that's skin.
Okay.
He's got like sort of knee pads shooting up there, but the boots aren't like, straight cut at the top. They clearly have a weird sort of cut to them.
Well, yeah, it's just that because that part is so much of a straight line, that's very clearly elevated from the rest of it.
And if you have any of that left over when you're done, let me know, because I might steal it from you and use it for her skin, but I'll just add a little bit more white.
Alright.
This model's kind of tricky because one of her arms is actually hidden under the cloak.
I should have made it just regular skin, not blue.
You think so?
Yeah. But that's not because of this. I don't think it looks bad. It's just for other purposes I would have used it.
Oh, as a different model?
As a giant that's just really big, but still.
What about the lightning bolt he's hanging around with?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Actually, no, that just could be regular magic.
Yeah. Well, we can look at the other giants. If you guys out there watching, really like, what we do with these giants, and since we are running out of dragons to paint.
Still waiting for those bug dragons.
Yeah.
Be able to repaint those.
Bug dragons?
Xeno dragons.
Yeah, that's what you meant, but
Same difference.
it's just funny calling them bug dragons. Yeah. We do still have 2 of those. We could do those.
We will do those.
Yeah.
But I was going to do them, but you wanted me to save it for a possible redo at that because mine was not very good.
Actually, I think you did pretty good. It's just, it was...
It just didn't turn... The paint was broken.
The paint was broken, yeah. The neon blue just...
I mean, neon purple.
It was purple? Yeah.
Yeah, the blue worked fine.
Yeah, it didn't want to be neon.
Probably because the light was also purple.
Yeah.
So I guess neon purple just doesn't work when you have a purple light. It's doing the black letters were significantly purple. Or I guess, I don't know the right word.
We haven't really done anything neon lately. We're going to have to go back and do something like that.
Did we even do any light up crafts last month?
Did we do anything that lit up? I don't think we did.
How did we not?
I don't know. We're going to have to...
We do that every month.
We're doing that this month for the Tabletop Crafters Guild. We're going to do another light up. And next month...
last month we didn't do anything, did we?
I don't think we did. Looks like you're going to have some of that left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. And when you hit it with a blue wash, just when you do use the blue wash, and you know what, I would recommend getting your brush cleaned up a little when you're doing the face so that you can water that down. It's just, I can see it's starting to get a little clumpy. Here, let's bring your water over here and just maybe try adding a drop of water to his face, even if it runs down his beard. Okay. Because I can see that from the palette.
Okay, do you have any like square edge brushes, flat edge?
Like this?
Yeah, that works.
You done with this?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to steal his paint and add...
At least I think I am.
Looks like it. I'm going to add a little more cold white to it.
Oh, it's not that cold. What color is this? I'm not using this one. Used it.
We've also been trying to not use paintbrushes to mix our paint lately. It's a great way to ruin your brush or get them to go bad sooner, quicker, because paint invariably gets up into the ferrule and just not good. So I'm using a toothpick here. Especially when I do her face, it's not very pretty, I guess. It's kind of manly.
That's the most important thing.
Well, just on this particular model, I
Yes, I realized that I did not believe you when you said that it was a female, but is that really the most important thing about the miniature?
well, no, I want to, lighten it up and make it look a little more feminine. She's got a really grouchy look on her face. I can barely tell that's blue. There we go. That's good. What color are you using now?
Brown.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's got a very rustic look to him.
I don't know what that means.
Well, he's got a lot of leather and furs and things like that on his outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, we need to. We've got this little color wheel we got from Green Stuff World over a year ago, and I keep this by me every time I paint, but I want to find something that actually has the other earth tones and browns and blacks and metallics on it.
Well,
If any of you guys
metallics wouldn't be there.
right
Metallics, you can apply the same thing to metallics. And with blacks and browns, everyone kind of knows that.
Well, I don't. And,
Maybe you haven't spent enough time with photo editing. Wait.
No, I haven't.
I feel like most people don't actually know that. I think
Oh.
I'm the only person who does.
Well,
By this age, I mean.
yeah. Color theory is actually pretty complicated. I've heard a lot of people talk about just how difficult it is to learn, and I find having, even that little chintzy little sticker is actually pretty helpful for me.
Yeah, Green Stuff World is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was.
And the better things. Not one of the better things, just one of
It
the
was
better.
it was a really nice surprise to get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go online.
Did we get anything extra besides that we didn't specifically order? We got it.
I think we got something, but I can't honestly remember what it was. But it was a real nice surprise because I don't use my printer for color because it's just.
Oh, yep, gunmetal blue is in fact here. And I already did all that.
Yeah. You don't have anything else left to do on that?
I do.
Let them know what color you're using.
This is the Elven Armor, which I'm going to use for the rest of the metal.
She's also wearing. Is that like a? Do you think that looks like a mask that she's wearing, or just a piece of jewelry hanging over her nose?
I don't know.
Here, folks, you tell me what you think. See her face?
So I guess just save the head, or do the entire head white, and then depending on what you think later, change it, or maybe don't change it.
I really don't know.
I mean, it's so close to white anyway, is that?
You know what? I don't think it is a mask. I think it's a piece of jewelry that droops down her over her face just slightly, and that makes me now want to just do this lower part of the mouth and save the rest so I can not get the gold that I'm going to do for that little chain. It's really a weird sort of piece of jewelry. Okay, I'll just go do the arms, things like that. And I've got this big chunk of crystal that I'm going to have to do some research on how to paint it to really make it look like crystal. It's just that's just a weird choice. Maybe it's supposed to be ice, but I don't think so. I mean, it's just a weird choice. What are you painting with that glue? His helmet?
Yes. And a few other things as well.
That's an interesting choice.
What? Ah.
You paint your eye?
No.
Paintbrush?
No, I don't know what it was.
No.
I'll give this a second coat later.
I've actually poked myself in the eye with my paintbrush before.
Ah.
I think that's one of the rites of passage between putting your paintbrush in your coffee and poking yourself in the eye with your own paintbrush. I think those are the true signs of being a painter. If you haven't done either of those, I guess you're not a painter.
Well, I do not drink coffee,
Yeah.
and the second part is probably going to happen one day. I was going to say I'm very careful with my eyes, but you all know that's not true. Well, not all of you, but he definitely knows.
Which is funny too, because I'm always hearing, people talk about putting their paintbrush in their coffee cup or whatever, but I never hear people talk about poking themselves in the eye with a paintbrush. But to me, it seems like that would be a more common occurrence than putting your coffee cup. And especially, there's probably a lot of people out there that don't drink coffee or are more careful. And I know a lot of people like myself, drink water or soda and it's in a bottle, so that's not going to happen. But
I might as well explain what I mean about my eye. So when I was a lot younger, I picked up a stick, hit a tree with it a few times, and it broke. Hit me in the eye.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was in the front yard, wasn't it?
Nope, it was at a park.
Oh, was that a park? No, you did something like that at home too, I know.
Oh, well, I don't remember that one.
Okay.
Which means the other one was clearly much worse. But if I did it twice, that proves my point even more.
I don't know how I'm going to paint that arm on the inside, if I'm even going to try. Look at that.
I didn't know there was an arm on the
I know.
inside, and I would say don't.
Yeah, there's literally,
I know that they don't really do multiple pieces, but that should have been a separate
But
piece.
look at that, folks. Is that ridiculous? The arm's in there.
What's the point of even giving her an arm? I mean, you should try to paint it, but if it doesn't look perfect, that's...
Can you see that, folks? Right there. Who's ever going to see that? I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to paint maybe right there where you can kind of see it if you're, picking it. I suppose if somebody picked it up to, admire it, they'd be like, "Hey, you didn't paint that arm." I'm like, "Yeah, no kidding. You can't reach it with the paintbrush. Your eyes can't see it."
You physically can reach it with a paintbrush.
Yeah.
And you physically can see it. But why would you want to paint that?
Yeah, just... Well, I can clearly see where this miniature was multi-part, and they assemble it in the factory, which I honestly wish they wouldn't do that. I would much rather put it together myself.
I think I might use this a bit more.
That's really cool. It's looking a lot different than what I was expecting.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What were you expecting then?
Just more, like I said, earth tones, but I like that better. You really pull out the colored metallics that to be honest, I normally use those more for science fiction models or miniatures than I do fantasy. And
yeah, I'm not as big of a fan of the army painted metallics as you are. I like them. The ones that are good are amazing. Yeah. Those two, but the ones that are bad aren't that bad. And
you get painted this shirt?
Yeah.
It comes out.
I know. It's happened to me.
All right, folks.
But yeah, I mean, this blue, I don't really like the red. I think they're too stale, I guess.
The metallic red?
And the metallic blue.
Yeah, I've been doing
if that means
that trick you learned from Patrick over at the Warhammer store by painting it gold and then using the contrast red. I've been using that trick a lot. Well, not a lot, but
Yeah, that's, I think, the best way to get metallic red.
Yeah.
It works really good. I mean, I did multiple tests to see which combination is the best. I actually don't remember which one I found out was the best.
Where's that turquoise? I think
it was either loot gold, or whichever gold I had at the time, with the metallic red, not the metallic red, the contrast red, or signal red with red. Because signal red is slightly pink. He thinks it's a lot pink. I don't.
To me, it's pretty pink, folks.
I don't. I would disagree. However, it was just pink enough for me to think that I need a different one.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one part of her dress and then call it a night.
Alright.
You've got a lot more to do.
Oh yeah, no. But that one is a bit simpler, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is, and you're still gonna blow me away when we're done.
I doubt it.
It's almost the same color, but not quite. And I'm gonna dry brush over this, but. Do you think I should make this color, this part, and this part different than this color? I mean, this part. Okay. You said our skirts in 3 pieces.
You could do that. I would do some white blending, but that also makes no sense.
Show off.
Well, I need to practice. The only thing I've ever done with lip blending that turned out any good is plastic dinosaurs.
But they turned out pretty good, folks.
No, they're the best paint job I think I've ever done.
We'll see. I'm hoping this is.
Well, yeah. Anytime you do something new, you hope it is.
Yeah. Diminishing returns. Let's hope that doesn't hit either of us for quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm learning and noticing improvement as I've been painting this week. I'm not quite at that diminishing returns part where you're like, I'm not getting any better. Well, hopefully that won't hit us for a while.
Well, I mean, considering the fact our skill level, or at least my skill level, probably won't happen for a while.
You're young. You've got a lot of time to practice and get there.
But I mean, what I mean by that is just I'm not that good. So for a while, it'll be a long time before I get to that spot where I've reached a point of quality where it's difficult to improve. And I've definitely gotten a lot better.
Since Bobo?
I didn't mean since the Bulbo, because obviously that was the second, technically fifth thing I ever painted. So of course I've got better.
Yeah,
But honestly, I think the first 4 elementals that I painted were better. So
than Bobo.
just because I was too afraid to mess up the metallic, I think that
Yeah, Bobo was. We need.
I need to redo that, and I don't even think we should buy another. I just think we should completely redo it. But
Well, we'll see with the next Kickstarter if.
it probably isn't that bad as I remember it, because I haven't looked at it in a while.
It's not your best work.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the first thing I did was my best. Even though I do think the Red Dragon was pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot better than I think it should have been. But back then, I was a very different person.
Oh, I know. Folks, if you haven't seen our very first video...
Don't watch it. It's not very good.
Please go back and watch our very
It's
first
not... No, dude, I am begging. Not just because, like, I was bad. Well, yes, that's the main reason. Because I was bad in the video.
He was...
Not very good.
Almost 2 years younger, and...
2 years younger.
The change that you can visibly see how much he's grown up and physically and mentally since then is just it's a treat, folks. He was such a cute little kid, and then teenagerhood hit, and
I just hope it doesn't get any worse.
It will.
Yeah, I know.
You haven't hit high school yet, and the whole world hasn't, collapsed around you because something went wrong. But that's coming, folks. Just a few short months. But yeah, please go back and just...
Like, it's an objectively bad video. Why?
It was our first video.
Of course it was.
But he was such a little cutie pie.
It's an objectively bad video. I mean, even the second one is much better.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, aside from the fact
He was so shy.
that was an Xbox Live squeaker.
He was so shy, folks. So shy.
Which is weird, because I've done videos for a long time before then.
Yeah, I know. But it's only a 5-minute video.
Probably because back then I know absolutely nothing about this stuff.
Yeah.
For the main reason. Because I've been doing stuff like this, not like this, but on YouTube and filming in general for quite a long time. Had another channel that we don't talk much about, but say it wasn't very good. But I guess with lower intelligence comes lower knowledge of things and lower reasons to do certain things and not do certain things. So I think...
Let me finish with this trim on the cape.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think I should pour out more paint just to not use it.
Yeah.
So I guess that means I'm done for tonight.
I just made a mistake from hurrying, but I can get that later. Don't want to break out the mistake brush. It's not a big deal. I'm going to dry brush over the whole cape.
There's so many brushes here, you can use them.
No, but I mean, I'm
grab one and use it as a mistake brush.
I'm gonna dry brush the whole cape, so that the only thing that is that dark blue is mostly the lines. But let's put them back here so the camera can get a good shot of them. Looking pretty good, buddy. Looking pretty good. You didn't see that, folks, but...
You did not.
So there you have it, folks. That's it for tonight. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Get some painting done. You know, even if you only get an hour a night, I've been pushing myself. Sometimes 3 hours a night, right after dinner. Paint, and then
Sadly, I have
read
things.
some of my Ardoin books and some of the other novels that I'm reading for the channel. But
My reading has slowed down to a significant point. It has slowed down significantly, but I'm trying to get back up. Been reading recently.
yeah. So, hope you guys have a wonderful week. We love you guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, not recently, but anyways, hope you had a
Great
good
weekend.
Yeah.
Great weekend. Got some stuff done. And we will be back Tuesday with a review video, followed by the regular schedule of book and game reviews and a craft on Thursday, which we haven't decided which craft we're going to do. Want to start the big one and make Armstrong happy, or do you want to do something smaller?
I think we'll think about it.
Yeah. Until then, folks, have a great week. We love you guys, and good night.
Good night. Yeah, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.